Let's see what he can do with the return. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. First down for this offense. He's going to pass, trying to get to him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, first play under the lights. You had all day to think about how you wanted to start the game. And this defense, exactly how they wanted to do it. Get to the quarterback and get him on the ground.
And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. Motion from the offense. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these, that big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Quick completion on the out route. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
They'll test the right side.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Pocket starts to collapse, and that pass intercepted. Looking for more room. The 30, past the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Penn State! That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
Man, this defense is dialed in. Already forced one interception, had a chance right there to get another one. Everything this offense does so far, they are reading it, breaking on it, and making some plays.
They'll line up for a second down play. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw on second down. He slings it deep to the left. And the pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. On the move at the 30. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
He's looking to throw it. They'll run the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looking for blockers. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You did.
Looking to take a shot. And the full dive and grab down the left side. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. The Trojans make a living on stretching the field with big plays in the passing game because they just throw the ball to that receiver.
No doubt about it. And guess what? Everybody in Hollywood likes this, right? Like the big, explosive, dynamic, fun plays. And that's exactly what USC does year after year.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
The Trojans line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
He's looking for a man on second down. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Penn State 10, USC 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He's got it again. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
The inside handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. On the option. He'll toss it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to run it. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. The run to the left. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, the ground game. Working his way and keeping those legs moving, picks up 5 down to the 14.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Quarterback adapting. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
The Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. 2nd and goal coming up. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Roy. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
It's caught downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And an empty backfield here on second and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to pass on second down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Looking to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Roy. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Shoots it to the left. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
It's second down.
Offense gets set for second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Splits the uprights. It's good.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
USC.
And the Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half.
Set to advance on the football.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Handoff from the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Nittany Lions in the hurry up. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. And sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
This offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. It's good, easy call for the ref. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it down the right side. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he got loose, it was all over.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term.
And he breaks into the open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Inside the 35. Hits the accelerator to the right. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Penn State! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
Penn State, 27.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Fast motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. Looking for room at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Flips it out to the back. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Man, that is how you bring the wood. Great job by the defense. He only gets a yard, and he makes him pay for it with a nice physical tackle.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He lobs one high down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Got his man on the outside. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
That one comes out hot down the right side. And here's the third interception of the night. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field, it's more speed, it's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
At midfield, he's got room. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This should be the last play of the quarter. Snap it to the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Penn State 27, USC 17.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. Second and goal. They'll try to slam it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. He didn't see anyone open, said, no problem, I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
And the extra point is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Sends it downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Trojans!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
post, ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over. First and 10.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Wants to throw on second down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's going to take off. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Wide receiver shows motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, USC.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give as they work on that clock. Sweet feet on the move. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Power football with the run. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Makes a man miss. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it on the counter. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses, and man, we saw that here today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.